Hello gamers, today we present to you the top 5 horror games released on mobile. Before watching the video, put a like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the video. Colina Legacy, an offline game with a size of 2 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Colina Legacy is an indie horror game with challenging puzzles. Control Alex as he struggles to grasp what has happened when a visit to his grandmother's house becomes a vacation of terror. Psychological horror finds a new home when the young Alex wakes to find himself alone and in need of escape. He'll have to use his wits to get through the terrifying situations set before him. The design of Colina Legacy was approached with escape rooms in mind. Challenging puzzles await Alex as he explores Granny's house, but the puzzles aren't the only thing that awaits him on his journey. From the third-person camera to the flashlight as your one true weapon, Colina Legacy pays homage to the great survival horror games of the past while making a place for itself in the genre. While Colina Legacy may have been developed by a very small team, the visuals and audio stand out in league with larger games. Colina Legacy is a game to be experienced. The Baby in Yellow, an offline game with a size of 330 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. The Baby in Yellow is a first-person horror game where you find yourself in a house with a very strange baby. Your babysitting job seems normal until you realize there's something off, and the kid you're babysitting is more sinister than he first appears. After the success of this game on Windows, The Baby in Yellow is now available to play on mobile, giving you another opportunity to scare yourself silly. The Baby in Yellow depicts each of the rooms in the game's mansion with highly detailed 3D graphics. The sound effects add to the spooky atmosphere, too, and the story only gets scarier with each level. To advance in this game, you'll have to complete the actions indicated on the left side of the screen. Tap on the virtual joystick to move around the setting while adjusting the camera with the controls on the right. You can also tap on objects, which is important to keep in mind, as some of them may be necessary to complete missions. As you solve challenges, you'll learn more about the baby and why he acts so strangely, but don't let your guard down, because he can attack you at any time. Do what you can to solve the mystery behind this baby's strange behavior if you want to survive the night. Bendy and the Ink Machine, an offline game with a size of 1.3 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Bendy and the Ink Machine is a survival horror game that features a mixture of puzzle solving, environment exploration, and combat to aid Henry on his journey through the darkened halls of Joey Drew Studios. Players explore through a first-person view and have limited physical actions such as running and jumping. Different items can be collected, some of which are required to perform various tasks before proceeding. Combat is primarily focused around a variety of different melee-based weapons, such as an axe or scythe, and there are also long-range weapons such as a Tommy gun or empty bacon soup cans. In-game enemies all have different strength levels and resilience to damage, forcing players to be tactical about keeping out of reach and striking when necessary. Failure to do so will result in death. In addition, players can find numerous audio logs throughout the studio that give more details about the game's story, particularly concerning the fate of the studio and its employees, similar to the systems used in games such as BioShock. Vanish Falls Overture, an offline game with a size of 850 megabytes, available on Android only. Vanish Falls Overture is an independent piece of an incredible and gigantic story, where you will understand that of all the roads to hell, This is the longest. Chapter 1 of the struggle to discover that these visions, the nightmares that have always tortured Robert Swan, are nothing more than fragments of something that was stolen from him. Here you have the first part of this overture, to investigate together with Robert Swan and walk the path that takes you closer to those answers that you need so much, to recover what you still do not know was taken from you. With the breath of the night as your ally, grab your headphones and get trapped in the deep darkness of Vanish Falls. The path of evil awaits you. Granny's House, an online game with a size of 260 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Granny's House Multiplayer Escapes is a horror game where your mission is to either escape from a haunted house where you're being held prisoner, or become the kidnapper who's terrorizing the children. In this adventure, you'll have the help of 3 other people like you. You'll need to collaborate with them in order to win. If you like challenges and escape games, this terrifying story will have you hooked for hours in rounds against users from all over the world. This fun story lets you enjoy multiple equally fun viewpoints. The modes offered in Granny's House Multiplayer Escapes include Story, Escape, Infection, and Occupation. In the first one you'll play a child who's been kidnapped and who has to escape from the mansion with the help of teammates. In this option, you'll appear inside this abandoned old house with 3 other players who you have to help get out. However, in the escape mode, you'll get to become the demonic old woman and you'll have to stop the children from escaping. It's simple to control the characters, so you won't have any problem getting into the story in any of the game modes. To win the game you have to achieve your character's objective and you'll have to play using the advantages and disadvantages of the house itself. The old lady has superpowers but the children are faster. You need to know your character's strengths and overcome every obstacle to win the game.